Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go for Okay. Yes, please give him a round of applause. That was absolutely awesome. Hey guys, so I'm with Amir. We know Amir, he's a good buddy of mine, and he's got the most famous Diablo SV literally on the planet. It's been everywhere, it's been seen everywhere, it's all over social media, and of course it was on the TV recently, in the same show that I was in as well, Classic Car Garage. Now, we're here at the London Concours. This is the 60th anniversary of Lamborghini. How important or how significant a day is this?
I think for the people who actually built and started the company, for them, it's probably like an amazing time to where it started, where it's begun, and what it's become. I mean, the company itself, the brand itself, is accelerated, phenomenal. Now they can't build enough of these cars fast enough. They're already sold out. Yeah. I went to look at a Urus the other day. Said, Amir, you can't get one to 2027.
2027.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's you'll probably get the hybrid one.
And that's considering that the Urus is now getting competition from the Ferrari Purosangue, right?
Yeah. And
but tell me this, right? I got to ask you this as a Lamborghini owner. Because the other day I was talking to somebody and he was like, oh, I'm thinking of getting rid of my Ferrari. I don't know what to get. And I said, what about Lamborghini? He said, nah, I'd never get a Lamborghini. What is it between Ferrari and Lamborghini owners? Why is it such a contrast?
I mean, I like Ferrari. I mean, the 355 Spider is one of my favorite Ferraris, and the Enzo.
What's the personality thing? Why does it appeal to different people?
I think Ferraris, the lines are a lot more smoother. Yeah. The Lamborghini is a car that is really in your face. Right. It's the bright colours, usually like we say the Starburst colours, like lime green, orange, yellow. So it's very Italian. Yeah. It's really, really, in your face, the Lamborghini. That's how they're designed.
It's also kind of, like you say, it's in your face. There's a bit more aggression to it, I think, isn't it? I mean, we had a sound off, didn't we, the other day with your car, Brands, and basically you and the Aventador blew away all the Ferraris because the sound was just so magnificent, right?
Oh, it was amazing, yeah. And also, it's a real drama. Yeah. Ferraris can be a lot more subtle, but Lamborghini turns up, yes, it is drama.
It's theatre, it's
theatre.
So let me ask you this, as a fellow brown car guy, right? Because I do feel that Lamborghini sort of appeal more to our people than Ferraris do. What do you think?
Yeah, I tend to find a lot more Asians buying Lamborghinis. Yeah. I think we come from a historical culture of like very extravagant lifestyles. Yes. Historically, like the Mirages, the palaces. Yeah. I mean, our weddings are very glamorous. Yeah. Even like, even the poorest person will try to have the most glamorous wedding. Yeah. So I think culturally and community-wise, we do enjoy,
So it's a bit about the bling, it's about the pose, it's about setting, about creating an impression, right?
That's right, and I think historically we've always been like that. Yeah. On the forefront of sciences, we had a golden era of building and sciences and astronomy and medicine, so I think that's still in our DNA, in our culture as well.
So pushing the limits, I think that is actually a fascinating way of looking at it, and I think that goes a long way to explaining the fascination with Lamborghini, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we always.
And what about you? Like, how long have you always been into Lamborghinis? Was it since childhood or?
I mean, Asians always loved their cars. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, right? The first Mercedes that was bought in my area was back in 1986 in an S-Class, and everyone had Shelters and Hondas and Nissans, and one of the gentlemen in our community bought as a big thing at the wedding. I mean, everyone's looking at that car more than it was my cousin's wedding, ironically. Yeah. And that was it. Yeah. Everybody wanted to go and get one next day, and so we're always driven, as a nation. Yeah. And yes, we like to wear the best clothes, live in the best houses.
What about you personally? When did you get into Lamborghini?
Me personally, I always loved cars, even from a child. Yeah. And always watching my dad's car. Yeah. And I was, one of those guys looking out inwards. What other people. I wish I could own that. So, I think Wayne Creaney, kind of like the TV channels on satellite, gave a lot of information.
Interesting.
I think people like yourself who go out there. And inform people, right? Yeah. I mean, it cuts our work down a lot. You know,
do you think there's also a level of inspiration there that suddenly it inspires people to think about doing something that maybe they hadn't thought about? Oh, they never thought they could have that car or whatever.
Well, when I was researching all the cars, first I sat in a Aston Martin DB9 Volante at Grange. I had a driver and I said, right, if I'm going to walk away from it. Next day I sat in the 355 Spider. I had a driver that I walked away. Then I was in a 430 Ferrari, very usable Ferrari, practical, daily driver. Then a Lamborghini came up in Scotland, a blue one, white interior. I think it was a 93 car. And 3 days, I phoned up and the gentleman said, Amir, it was sold 3 days ago.
Right.
This came up down DD Classics. And as soon as it came up, I went running down there. And the guy said to me, oh, we bought the car in an auction in Greece and it's not been shipped over. We just put the photo on the internet. So it was me and another gentleman who was trying to get our monies together fast as possible. And I beat him by 3 days.
All right.
You know,
so it's literally a race to get this car.
It was a race to get this car, Porsche Turbo.
And you've had it a while now. How long have you had this again?
I bought it in August 2014.
Yeah.
And I sat in it and I got size 12G feet.
Yeah.
So I'm going, and I'm pressing the brake and the clutch together. And I'm going, can I really drive this? You know. And Danny Donovan took me out for a spin. I said, all right, fine. I'm just going to do it. So the first time I actually drove from St Albans, was had some work done to NatWest Tower. I was sweating buckets. Honest to God, I had cars coming around me, making me more nervous. And time I got there. Now, the only way to learn about these things is to, repetition.
To do it.
To keep going out, keep going out. And now I can park an inch away from the wall with the mirrors.
And you really use this car. This is not a show dolly. This is a car that gets used.
This is no trailer queen. Now, this car's been in and out of garage. And it's done a dozen countries in Europe.
Wow.
It's been to Norway. So you work out all the countries going to Norway. No ferry. I got a ferry on the way back to Denmark, but it went Belgium, Holland, Belgium, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Norway. And it went to the top parts of Norway because you know when you're high in Norway because the trees are about 1 meter high because of lack of oxygen. And then 2015, when the following year, I think I'm a little bit green, and I went to Switzerland and driving around the Alps. I didn't realise I had a turning circle of a bus. So I was sweating buckets, especially with the blind hairpin. Quite blind.
But how did it perform at altitude, though?
It performed very well. And then it came down to, what did it come down to? We had Paris, Geneva, they went to Milan. Then Milan to Monte Carlo. Now from Monte Carlo, I made a decision to drive it from Monte Carlo to London non-stop. And I did it in 10 hours.
Wow.
Just under 1,000 miles.
Wow.
We hit Calais in under 10 hours.
Wow.
And after 2 hours, this car was the tyres were so hot, the engine was absolutely hot, and it gelled together. And no matter how hard I pushed it, it wanted to go quicker and quicker and quicker. Let's just say we hit the highest mark on the darts team.
Really?
In France.
Okay.
But it was still.
And it's been reliable.
Very reliable cars. You got to take in consideration when you buy one of these. There are parts that have been on there for 20 years, 15 years.
Of course,
And
so there's wear and tear, but other than that, it's been fine.
So sometimes, when people buy a car, it's just the parts are coming to an end. Working service parts, like the alternator, the AC, compressor. Best thing, just rip it out and put new ones in. If the engine's out, just change them all. That way, you don't have to pull the engine out again and change them again, part at a time. So, and there are some very good mechanics out there if you guys want any info where to buy the parts.
So how can people get in touch with you if they need to?
Through the brand guy.
But what about the club?
The Lamborghini Club is now has got a good leadership now with Alan Robb.
Right.
I think he's the right man for the job. Glenn, who
And how do people find the club?
We're online, or you can find me through Diablo Legends on Instagram and my Facebook, Amir Chaudhry. And we've got some very good talent in the club now. We've got Ian Tyrrell, the technical guy who he's restored a lot of mirrors and he very, very in-depth knowledge. You got Glenn Brooks, Lucy working on the trailer. You know, do a lot of work. Then you got Chiro, you know, all those membership secretary. He's very good at his events. You know, puts very good events on, and they're reasonably priced as well. You know, and there's a great team. I myself head the events for London. So please, you know, we've got Sheesh on Sunday for Drivers Union. They're a very, very good club as well. A lot of Lambos, a lot of Ferraris there, a lot of great people. And there's loads of other car clubs out there, you know, got a lot to offer.
Excellent. Cool, man. Great to talk to you as always.
All right, I'll see you on the next one.
Brown car guy.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video as well if you can. And while you're at it, check out these guys who also sponsor my content. I am deeply grateful to them because it helps me to buy new equipment, put fuel in the cars, and yes, buy a cup of coffee. You can do the same. Just go here or right here on YouTube. Just hit these 3 little dots down here and click on thanks. Make sure you're signed in first. My content is free, but this is how you can help me keep it that way. I may even send you a gift. Oh, by the way, watch this next.